Hello students, welcome to today's session. We have been discussing operators and so far we have covered arithmetic operators, relational operators, shorthand assignment operators, assignment operator and increment decrement operators. Today we are going to look at conditional operator. So conditional operator is represented by question mark and a colon, and it's a unique operator because this is the only operator in Java which requires 3 operands, and hence it is known as a ternary operator. Let's talk about the syntax of conditional operator. So first of all, you have to write a Boolean expression, then followed by a question mark, then you have to write expression 1 and then a colon and then followed by another expression. So this is the syntax of conditional operator. Whenever you are asked to write the syntax of conditional operator, this is what you should be writing. Okay, and along with it you should write an example also. So I'll show you later on how to write the example. Let's see an example, a practical code for conditional operator. Okay, let's say we have got 2 numbers and we want to find out which one is the larger among the 2 numbers. Okay, so let's create 2 variables because we need to store 2 numbers, right? And we'll be finding out which one is greater between those 2 numbers. Okay, so let's create 2 variables. Let's say num1 and num2. Okay, so as you can see, I've created 2 variables, num1, num2, and their type is int. That means what? Num1 and num2 are variables which can store integer type of data. Okay, then now I need to put something inside those variables because they are containers, isn't it? The container cannot be empty if they need to have something. Okay, so I'll store something inside those containers, num1 and num2. Okay, so for your understanding purpose, I'm calling it container, but they are actually variables. Okay, so let's store a number in num1. Okay, any number. So let's say 12. I'm considering 12. Okay, and in num2 I'll store, let's say, another number, any number. Okay, I'm randomly just picking up any number. So let it be 56. Now let me write a conditional operator for finding the largest number. Okay, so let's see how to do this. So num1 is greater than num2. If this condition is true, okay, recall the syntax. The first thing is we need to write a Boolean expression, right? What is a Boolean expression? Any expression that will return you either true or false is a Boolean expression. Okay, so you know that while discussing relational operators, we saw that the return type was what? It was Boolean, isn't it? For example, 5 is greater than 2, so this will return true, right? So our Boolean expression in this case is this: num1 is greater than num2. So if this condition is true, okay, so after this we need to write the question mark, isn't it? So let's write the question mark. if this condition is true, then I want that the value of this whole expression should be num1. Okay? So listen carefully. If this condition is true, that is num1 is greater than num2, that means what? I want the result of this whole expression to be this expression 1. Okay? That is num1 in our this example. But if the condition is false, if num1 is not greater than num2, that means what? Num1 is not the largest number. Okay, that means what? That means it must be the second number which is largest, right? So I'll write here num2. Okay. Now, so this whole expression will result in either num1 or num2. Okay, so finally it will be either 12 or it will be 56. But we cannot leave this expression alone. Okay, since it's returning us a value, a data, we must store it somewhere, or we must pass it to a function. Okay, so in this case I'll be passing it to a function, that is println function. Okay, I'm passing this statement to println function. So I'm just writing the whole expression inside println. That's it. That's the meaning of passing. Okay, don't be overwhelmed with the concept of passing. That we'll be looking at when we'll discuss functions. So let's compile it. So as you can see, there is no syntax error, and let's execute our program. So you can see that our program is successfully showing us the largest number. Okay, isn't it? 56 is the largest number, so it is showing us 56. Now just to check it, let us make num1 greater. Okay, let us make num1 greater. So let me make it 412. So I've changed the number num1 to 412, and let's say I will change the second number to 68. Okay, so last time num2 was holding the largest number, isn't it? Now num1 is storing the largest number. So let's see if our program is able to find out the largest number. So as you can see, students, that our program is successfully finding the largest number again. Okay, so in the first case the largest number was stored in num2, isn't it? Now I've changed the program and I have made num1 to store the largest number, and in both the cases our program is working correctly and showing us the largest number among the two numbers. Okay, that means our program is correct. So what happened here? Let's go through this program. Okay, num1 is storing 412 and num2 is storing 68. Right now I've written here the Boolean expression. Okay, num1 is greater than num2. That means if num1 is greater than num2, that means what is the value of num1? 412. 412 is greater than 68. If this is true, that means what? The first expression will be the final value. The first expression will be the final value. Okay, and if this condition is false, then that means our second expression will become the final value. So remember, that in this case the condition is true. The condition is true. That means what? The first expression, okay, the first expression will become the final value of the whole expression. Okay, so that is why num1 will be the final value of the whole expression. And what is num1 storing? Num1 is storing 412, and the whole expression, that means it's replaced by 412, and 412 is being printed by the println function. Okay, now let me explain you the previous scenario in which the second number was greater, isn't it? So this time num2 is storing the largest number. Okay, so let's see what happens. Now num1 is 45 and num2 is 53. Num2 is what? 53. So the condition this time is false. The condition is false. 45 is not greater than 53, isn't it? That means this condition is false. And you know that the first expression represents the true expression and the second expression represents the false case. Okay, so since this time 45 is great excuse me, 45 is greater than 53, the condition is false, so the first expression will not be the final value, rather false will match with false. Okay, and hence the second expression will become the final value of the whole expression. And so what is this second expression? The second expression is num2. Okay, num2. And so what is the value of num2? Num2's value is 53. Okay, so the whole expression is replaced by 53, which is then passed to this print line function, and that is how 53 gets printed. So as you can see, the output is showing us 53. Okay, so now what? Now I'm going to write the same program in a slightly different manner. Okay, if I show you different varieties of ways of writing the same program, it will be good for you. Okay, so let's do it. Okay, this time I'll create a third variable. Okay, I'll create a third variable. Let's name it as largest. Okay, so focus here on the highlighted part. I have written the variable name as largest, and this time I'll write largest assign what? I'll just copy this whole expression and place it here. Okay, I'll not change anything in the expression. The expression will remain same. Okay, the only difference is that I'm not passing this expression directly to println. Rather, whatever result comes here through the expression, that result will be stored where? It will be stored inside largest. Okay, and this time what I can do is I can simply print the value of largest. Okay, so it will do the same thing. Let's just confirm it. So as you can see that our program is correctly printing the largest number. And just to make sure that our program is completely right, I will interchange the numbers. Okay, I'll make num1 as the greater one. Okay, so let's make it 89, and let's make this a smaller number, let's say 45, and let's compile it and execute it. So you can see that it is printing out 89, which is correct. 89 is greater than 45. Okay, right. So this was our second method. So students, I want to write another program in which the output should be something like this. Okay, and to print the largest number is whatever the number is. Okay, and the smallest number is whatever the number is. So this is how I want my output to look. Okay, so this is the output required. Now, so what can be done here? So instead of just storing the largest number and getting the largest number, I will create one more variable. Okay, let's say smallest, and this particular variable should store the smallest number. Okay, so for finding out the largest number, we have already seen that if num1 is greater than num2, okay, question mark, the output of the whole expression should be num1, else the output should be num2. Okay, similarly, I will write smallest. For finding the smallest number, I will just change the condition here. If num1 is less than num2, if num1 is less than num2, that means I will say that num1 is the output of the whole expression, and if it is not smaller, that means what? I want num2 to be the final result of the second expression. Okay, so this time I've got largest and smallest. Okay, so largest variable will store the largest number and smallest variable will store the smallest number. Okay, now let's test it. So system.out.println largest and system.out.println smallest. Okay, let's compile it and execute. So as you can see, the largest number is being printed as 89 and the smallest number is being printed as 45. Okay, that means our program is correct, but we cannot be sure until we test all the conditions. Okay, so let's reverse the scenario here. Let's make num1 smaller. Okay, so num1 should be smaller this time. So let's make it 12 and let's make this 25. So let's compile it again and let's check the output. So again, it is working correctly. It is showing me the largest number and it is showing me the smallest number as 12. That means our program is right. Okay. So now since we are sure, so let's do a bit of makeup for the output. Okay, let's make it look beautiful. And how that can be done, I told you that this is how the output should look. Largest number is so and so, and smallest number is so and so. Okay, so what can I do? I'll just open double quote and close double quote. Inside those double quotes, I'll write down my message: largest number is, so whatever I want to print on the screen will go here. Okay, and then I'll just use the plus sign which will join both the elements. And in the second case, in the second print line, I'll write smallest number is plus smallest. Okay, so let's see the output now. So perfect. Now the output is looking beautiful, isn't it? So largest is 25, smallest is 12. Okay, let's change the number. Let's make this greater, 67, and this one some other smaller number than 67. Let's say 48. Compile, and there we go. The largest number is 67 and smallest number is 48. Okay, so I hope you have understood how the conditional operator works. So that's it for conditional operator. So we'll stop here. Thank you.